Hey everybody! Happy Friday! Had a great day today and feeling like a champ today, so I'm gonna whip together some beef stew for me and the loved ones. That's right. So here's what you're gonna need. If you want to make an easy, simple crock pot stew, whether you're by yourself, a small family, you get a large handful of servings out of this. You're gonna need some stewing beef first. So just went over to Walmart, got a couple packs. Usually I buy a bigger pack, one large pack for 25 bucks. All they had today was these little ones, so I bought two. And that'll do just fine, because as you can see, some of these chunks are pretty big, right? So we've got that. We're gonna get those browned in a frying pan with some onions. Salt and pepper the beef when it goes in the pan. And then as it starts browning, dice your onions nice and small. Add those to the pan until they become a translucent color or appearance. And then we're going to add that to the crock pot. And in the crock pot, we're going to get our vegetable mix going. So we've got carrots, corn, peas, green beans, and I believe lima beans. I love this mix, so does my wife. And we're actually going to use this for two different meals. I was talking to my boss, a wonderful guy named Darren, today, and he's got an affinity for cooking as well. And I told him I saw this thing, chicken pot pie, on the internet, and I wanted to make it, and he had told me that he made it, and that I should use these rolls for the crust of the chicken pot pie. So half of this is going to go in the stew, and half is going to go in a chicken pot pie, or maybe 75% in the stew, something like that. But this bag is going to do both meals. For the beef stew, to accompany the beef stew, I'm going to be making some garlic cheddar flaky rolls. We're going to be putting some chunked slices of peeled potato and these sliced button mushrooms in the stew also. One packet of beef stew. You can get the blue pack, which is 50% less salt if you want. One pack of brown gravy. This many potatoes. A medium and a small onion, or one large onion. Mushrooms. Vegetables. The vegetables are crucial, but you don't have to put the mushrooms in. You don't even have to put the potatoes or the onion in if you don't want to, but I like a nice hearty bite. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get it going. We got to brown that meat and add those onions. Okay, vegetables. It's about half the bag. Beef stew powder, brown gravy powder. Four cups of water, or 1 liter. Actually, I just added another full liter, 4 cups. So that's a total of 8 cups or 2 liters of water. We got our potatoes chunked out pretty nice. And let's add those to the mix. I think a good telltale sign of a good hearty stew is when you're stirring it all along the way. You look at that liquid to solid ratio. If you got too much liquid, it's going to be watery. If you got too much solid, it's, I don't even know what to call it. It wouldn't really be a stew anymore. Well, that's not true. Whatever. Okay, so let's get the beef and onions, and you know what? I'm going to fry the mushrooms with the onions and the beef, just for a texture difference. It'll kind of cook the foamy consistency out of them and firm them up a little bit, and then we'll add all three to the stew. All right, so we're gonna put our stove on a medium heat. We're gonna throw some olive oil into the pan. And then we're going to throw our beef, both packets, into the pan. And once they're in there, we're going to salt and pepper the tops. And then stir that around, flip it over, and try to get it browned on all the sides. Once it starts going and releasing some of the water in it, we're going to add the onions, and we're going to give a rough chop to these already chopped button mushrooms, and we're going to throw them in also. And it's not going to take very long, so let's get after it. A little drizzle of olive oil. Beef packet number 1. Beef packet number 2. I'll break those up a little bit, spread them out. Now we're going to throw some salt and pepper. We're going to use kosher salt because it's better than iodized table salt, which is actually horrible for you. Well, let's not get into that. So, nice amount of salt. And then we're going to get some pepper. Oh, and I wanted to show you something. Okay, normal dollar store salt and pepper shakers. How many of you, there's these little dots on the bottom in a circle. See that? How it's, well, they're not even dots. So it's kind of serrated, right? I don't know how I'm going to do this. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to have to change the angle for a second to show you. This is a cool thing. Most of you probably already know this, but I know there's some that probably don't. All right, so we've got the little ridges. I'm not sure if you can see that. See the ridges there? The outer circle. So they're on both the salt and pepper shaker, okay? This salt shaker happens to have a lot of holes, but sometimes you're at a restaurant or maybe you at home have a salt shaker that's only got the 3 holes in it and the pepper's got 2. Most salt and pepper shakers have these ridged bottoms. This is what they're for. So I can take my pepper, and if I stop, it stops, right? And you got to shake it, shake it, shake it. But what those ridges are actually for is to line them up and causes vibration so that the pepper comes out. You just go round and round and round. Isn't that cool? Now we're going to give it a mix. That burner's still coming up to heat. That's what you get with the 20-year-old stove. But it's starting to brown. We're going to turn the temperature up just a little bit. And let's get a chop on those mushrooms and the onions. So we're going to finely dice our onions. It may not be that fine, but it's going to be finer than it is now. Anthony Bourdain taught me that the right way to dice an onion is take your onion and you're going to take the knife tip and go almost to the edge, and you're going to make vertical slices. It's much easier with 2 hands. Once you're done doing that all the way across, you're going to take the onion, you're going to hold it like this with a flat hand, and you're going to take the knife and you're going to make one cut up here, right across, but not all the way through, and then another one. And then when you slice your onion, you're going to have very fine little bits of onion. Kind of like that. Now let's do the rest. Oh, we want to take a look at our beef. So that's browning nicely. There we go. Now let's get that in the pan. Oh, here's a tip too. If you start crying like I am right now from burning eyes from a really aromatic onion, open the freezer, stick your face in there as deep as you can get it. 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. Take that stinging, burning eyes right away. All right, onions in the pan. Let's give it a mix. Okay, mushrooms. Like I said, we're gonna give these a rough cut. And all I mean by that is a little bit of this. There you go. Let's get that in the pan. All right, let's give that a mix. Let it keep cooking. Somebody's hovering. Hmm? 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 Hmm. You want some? That's the action you want to see. Make sure that everything gets to touch the bottom of the pan. Vegetables, meat. And sit there for a few minutes. Then stir it around good and let it sit there for a few minutes. Stir it around good. Now it doesn't have to get, you don't have to see like a fully cooked dark coloring on the outside of the meat, because the meat is going to take the beef stew and gravy coloring, and it will go very dark, just like the broth, if you will, of the delicious beef stew. I think it's probably pretty easy to see. Now that the onions have turned from that brilliant bright white to a translucent or opaque appearance, you're probably good to go to put it in. You can cook it for a bit longer. I think this is basically where I put it in every time. Remember to keep giving your vegetables a stir. Your crock pot's trying to heat up. So we're gonna throw our meat, our onions, our mushrooms right in the mix. Give that a stir. Add a second pack of gravy. You are literally done making beef stew at this point. You just have to wait for it to cook down. As you can see, the difference in the color of the beef is now soaked in all the beautiful brown richness of the beef stew powder packet and the beef gravy or brown gravy powder packet. But tonight for dinner, we'll be having these with garlic cheddar flaky rolls. Look at that consistency and listen to the sound. You hear that glop, glop, glop. 1 packet of gravy for every liter of water that you're adding to the stew. I use 2 liters of water in this big crock pot, so 2 packets of gravy. Nice and thickening. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And again, look at the beautiful beef there. So let's just show you. I'm making a mess of my camera, whatever. Let's just let that cool off for a second. I'll show you how tender that is. It just falls right apart. Look at that. Oh. 6:56 a.m. I'll take a hot bowl of beef stew, please. Woo! Oh, I'm looking forward to dinner. Peace and love, everybody. Feed your family. Love ya. So, this is exactly what you want your beef stew to come out like. See how that thickened up beautifully? And these are garlic cheddar flaky rolls from Pillsbury. So what I did was I grated some old cheddar cheese, and I took some minced garlic and just put a little dollop with a spoon and a little pinch worth of cheese in each one. And you know they're done when you got the golden brown. Look at that bottom, not yet burnt. So we're gonna get those off the hot tray, put them on a plate to accompany our beef stew. And that'll be dinner as served. And there you have it, folks. But remember, when you make it yourself, you know what goes into it. Best and easiest way to keep everybody healthy that you love, that you're cooking for. Tag team that healthy meal with a couple healthy drinks, like a couple of waters. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Bon appetit. Love ya. See you next time.